Bum ba da bum. Look at that. There's a hole in this case. I obviously can't sell this, so we must open the damaged Rosetta case. And I have a new industrial grade opening tool. It's called some wire snips. So we're gonna very eloquently use wire snips to open this box in a way these are definitely not supposed to be used. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that. And now let us get cracking into a couple of boxes of Rosetta. So I'm still looking for my box that has all of my Rosetta singles in it with all my Rainbow Foil Majestics and all my goodies and stuff. And I'm not sure quite where I put it. This is a problem that I seem to have developed now that I have enough stuff laying all over my home. So that I have things everywhere. And it has turned into a slight problem where I can't find things sometimes. Eventually I find them, but you know, it's a clear issue when you start getting up into like the hundreds of thousands and millions of cards in volume. There is a definite problem with organization at a certain point. And I have clearly fallen victim to said lack of proper organization as I have scaled and bought and acquired all these things. And you know, there's a certain tax of time. We call it tech debt in the industry, right? So like whenever you like develop a new program, you have to test it and you know do all this stuff to make sure it works right. So what happens a lot of times is when you're doing your expansions and your development and stuff, you don't properly test. So we jokingly call it tech debt, which is when we encounter a project where someone has to go write a bunch of these tests and catch up on all this tech debt. So I have a whole bunch of card debt that I have to catch up on, where I just have simply not been able to sort, process, and organize stuff effectively. And it seems that no matter how many times I spend hours a day reorganizing and cleaning and sorting and getting stuff processed and moved, it seems like the amount of cards that I still have to take care of don't ever really seem to go down, which is somewhat concerning for me. But I know somewhere in the millions of cards that I have, there is a bunch of stuff from Rosetta. And it's a whole bunch of like Marvels and Legendaries and Rainbow Foil Majestics. And I know it's just a box of them somewhere. I don't know where this box is, but I know this box exists somewhere in my house on one of my many shelving units. And I will find it eventually. I don't quite know yet where it is, but I will find it. As a funny aside, Verdance's Feet, that token I think is like $2, which is honestly just Aether Bindings, let's go, which is honestly like some real degen stuff right there. Like I know people are into the whole feet thing. I personally find feet kind of gross, but you know, I mean, to each their own, party accordingly, I guess. So yeah, there apparently seems to be quite the obsession with buying out Verdance's Feet, that token. It's quite amusing, honestly. I don't know how long that price will hold. I may have just checked it when someone had bought out like 20 of them to fill a bunch of pages in a binder. I know some guy was trying to do that, but yeah, it's genuinely kind of funny to see that when that happens. So you're just like, oh my goodness, this is the degeneracy that I expect from card players. Like buying out a token because it has feet on it. Like this is the weird thing that you see in just the collectibles hobbies. Like people get like strange obsessions with things. Hey, chill. And like they just buy all of something, right? Like they buy all of the particular card or art or whatever it is. I keep seeing the art card in the back, and I'm like hoping, hey, that's a good hit. I keep hoping that it's the Marvel, and I get debated at the last second and realize that it's not a Marvel, and I am sad. But it's okay. We're still going to dig here. We're hunting. We're We're still looking for some pieces for our master set. Mostly foil M's, I think, until I find my box where I have many, many copies of every foil M and Under the Sun, because I opened up like an ungodly number of boxes of this set, and I mean, like, I opened up a ton. I think it was close to 200 boxes of Rosetta is what I ended up actually cracking. And, you know, I mean, this is back, again, in the time, no one really wanted Rosetta, right? Like, this set was, like, $325. Like, it was basically, like, a break even if I sold it sealed online. Because by the time I pay fees, shipping, the track signature that I had to pay for, you know, I'm making, like, basically cost on the boxes. So it's like, well, I mean, like, ooh, there's our cold foil token. So it's like, why am I going to go waste this money and try to break even on boxes when I can go crack them for singles, and I'm averaging like $450, $500 a case in singles? Because again, like, this is one of those sets, like, when it released, you know, Call to the Grave was kind of cheap at the time, but, you know, that eventually spiked up with Gravy Bones being released. And then, you know, Plow Under was like $40 or $50 a card. Felling the Crown was like $40 or $50 a card. And, like, you weren't, like, guaranteed to hit both of those in a case, but a lot of cases had one or both in it. So, like, every case you were just walking into this awesome amount of EV. The sigils were really good. Like, there was just tons and tons of money. Like, the Will of Arcana was like like 150, 200 bucks at the time. I was popping those like crazy in this set. It was just a genuinely awesome set to open. Like, it just had so much good value in it, and there was tons and tons of, like, I think channel, oh god, it's like a blue card. I might pull it in this video, honestly, we'll see. But it was like a blue, oh, there we go, foil EA, we take that. It's not the foil EA, but it's like that particular one was like the foil EA of the set. And, you know, there was a few of those cards that were like 15, 20 bucks, and there was a fair number of them that were like that. So, like, the opening EV on this set was just awesome. And so I just kept cracking and cracking and cracking and cracking, and it was like, this was actually a few bucks too. You know, and I ended up opening up, I don't know, where is it? Like, yeah, look at this. I have like a PCG-10 Verdance. Like, I don't know what this is worth now at this point. Probably a couple $100 at least, I imagine. But, you know, I mean, like, I was doing so insanely well in this set, and I ended up trading over a bunch of stuff into other things, and it was just like a really awesome set. And I just kept cracking and making money and cracking and making money. And sure enough, I'm like 200 something boxes deep. And then everyone else was like, oh, this set's actually like really, really good. We should probably stop fire selling it. And it just went from 300s to 400 to 450. And it cracked. I think it pushed up near 500 a box for a little while. And it ever since then has just steadily held right over 400 bucks a box. Ooh, there's our sigil. And it has just consistently held at over $400 a case. So, you know, it's doing great, and it's funny to me to see how the market reacts to these things long term, because honestly, like, I couldn't sell through my allocation at the time when I had this, right? This was back when I was still getting like upwards of 1,000. Ooh, Face Purgatory, what a case. You know, this is back when I was getting like upwards of like 1,000 boxes on a release, and I had tons and tons of product to open for my own sealed position. So for this set, I think I ended up pre-selling like around, I think it was like 300 or 400 boxes is what I ended up pre-selling. And then I ended up opening up a couple hundred boxes of singles. And then I still had like, I think it was like 75 or 80 cases what I had left. And I just had so much of it. And I was just like, this is awesome. Like, I love having this much of a product. I was like, oh, this must be how Rudy feels, man. Like, just always looking at like pallets of product, just like that, like, awesome feeling. You're like, yeah, like, I have a pallet, man. Like, look at my pallet of whatever I got. Like, it's a very like satisfying feeling. And I have a I have a photo somewhere. I don't know where it went. I might have deleted it, but I had a photo of me standing in my entryway in front of this set, and I had it stacked like almost 8 feet tall in my entryway at my old house, and it was like super crazy. Arc Lightning was another $15-$20 card. It might still be 15-20 bucks. I don't know if it is, but so like this set just had so much value in it, and it was just crazy. So I kept opening it and just opening it and opening it. And then my wife was like, all right, you gotta like make space in the house. So I opened up everything I had on hand trying to chase the, this is an expensive card too at one point. Don't know if it's still 15-20 bucks, but whatever. I was chasing the Rosetta Thorn Fable Marvel. And I don't know if it's a Fable, but I was chasing that. I never ended up hitting it after like 200 something boxes, which was crazy odds. Like I was so unlucky. So I've always been chasing that catnip. So we'll see if we can hit that puppy in a video opening near you soon. But yeah, and it's so funny how like a set was just so underappreciated, and then all it took was just a small little bump, and then it was just like, oh, yeah, this set's actually just straight gas. And now like Verdance is popular, like these cards are beautiful, like people love the art from the set. Me and several other people, like we compare this to like Tales of Aria, which like for me Tales of Aria was one of my favorite sets, like absolutely hands down. I have a full foil rare sheet from Toa. Like I adore the art in that set. It's so beautiful. I love the nature and the snow, and it's just such a gorgeously done set. And so like it holds like a special little place in my heart, right? Like I adore Rosetta as a set. So for me, it was a real big W, right? And now you guys can see some degeneracy here. So we're building out the set, obviously. You can kind of see what's missing and what's not. We have the sigils and all that stuff getting put in here, and you know, it's a lot of it is filled in now. But what we do have, so we do have this beautiful, I did buy this in Japan. I'm also trying to make pages of each of these Marvels. Sigil of Earth, I think that's the one we want. Oh, nope, I want Sigil of Fiendal. Aha, see? I need many more of these. By many more, I mean I need 5 more, because my binder's not quite full, but I do have 5, or 4. And I do have the one in the binder as well, so let's see, 230, so that should actually be right here. Boom. Yep, there we go. Bam. And the way I set these binders up, right, so like I do like the max rarity of everything. So I have like the rainbow foil, then the EA, and then they'll have the regular, and then the EA. So like I do all of these like to kind of arrange the max rarity in the binder so it looks really, really sexy and smooth. But yeah, guys, we'll have another Rosetta opening next week, and we'll kind of keep hunting for these cards and see what we can fill into the binder, and we'll keep grinding away. There's a good chance that we have some gas in the other 2 boxes. Or it might just be totally dead. Who knows? But we'll find out. All right, guys. Bye.